Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'll be talking about a very important part of early childhood education: collecting and using behavior data. This process helps us understand how children act in different situations and why. This is key to creating a classroom where all students feel supported, safe, and ready to learn. It also helps us identify children who may need extra support with social skills, emotions, or learning. Collecting and reviewing behavior data allows us to look deeper into a child's behavior. For example, if a child has tantrums during cleanup time, writing down what happens and when it happens can help us see a pattern. We might realize that the child struggles with changes or transitions. With that information, we can make small changes, like using a picture schedule or giving them extra time to adjust. This helps the child feel more comfortable and helps us keep the classroom calm and focused for everyone. There are a few great ways to collect behavior data. One way is through anecdotal notes, which are short stories we write about specific things a child does. These notes help us notice patterns over time. Another method is frequency recording, where we count how many times a certain behavior happens during a set of time, like how often a child gets up from their seat during reading time. We can also use technology tools like Class Dojo, Behavior Snap, or ABC Data Pro. These apps let us track behavior digitally, see trends, and even share the data with other teachers or families. Of course, there are challenges to collecting good behavior data. One issue is personal bias. Sometimes we might think a child behaves a certain way, and that can affect what we write down. Another challenge is when different teachers track behavior in different ways, which makes the data less accurate. And finally, classrooms are busy. It's not always easy to take notes while managing students. To improve this, we can use a checklist or simple forms and make sure everyone on the team is using the same system. Working with families is a big part of this process. Parents know their child best, and they can give us important information that we might not see in the classroom. For instance, if a child is upset or tired in class, it might be due to something that happened at home, like a new sibling or changes in sleep. By talking to families or sending short behavior surveys, we can understand the child better. Parents can also tell us what strategies work at home, and we can try those in the classroom too. It's also important to create shared behavior goals with families. When we agree on goals and use similar strategies at school and at home, it helps the child succeed. For example, if a child has a hard time with transitions, both the teacher and the parent might use the same visual schedule. This consistency helps the child feel more secure. Regular updates, like a quick note or a phone call, can keep everyone working together as a team. Behavior data collection also looks different depending on the child's age. For infants and preschoolers, we mostly observe how they play and interact with others, and we ask parents questions since young children may not be able to talk about their feelings. In kindergarten through third grade, we can use more structured tools like checklists and even ask children how they feel. Their day is more routine, which makes tracking behavior easier. Finally, when we work with children who have disabilities, we may need to adjust how we collect data. For example, we might record a video of the child to study the behavior later. We might also work with a specialist, like an occupational therapist, to help understand what's going on. And sometimes we need to observe for shorter periods so the child doesn't get overwhelmed. These changes help us get a clearer picture of what each child needs to do their best. In closing, collecting and using behavior data helps us build better classrooms. It helps us understand our students, support them with the right strategies, and work closely with their families. By doing this, We create a learning space where every child can grow, feel safe, and succeed. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this gave you some helpful ideas to use in your own classroom.